Hello, my name's David. Today let's look at how we would enter a stocktake into Mandala. So you begin by clicking on the stocktake button in the toolbar. Now you scan your items in, and without a barcode scanner you're not going to get very far at all. So with your barcode scanner, make sure that you have put the focus on the barcode field, otherwise when you scan any items nothing will happen. So you need to scan into this field. So you just start scanning. So scanning your first item. There we go. Yep. So that's a clarifying lotion. Let's say you have 4 of those. And of course you can edit the quantities. Maybe you actually have 5 by hand if you so desire. Just make sure though that if you do take the focus away from the barcode field, that you return it so before you scan in the next item. So let's scan in our next item of our stocktake, which is moisturizer. So we've got 3 of those, and then finally we've got one more item in this test stocktake. And oh, so you hear that sound? That sound means that the database does not recognize the barcode that you've just entered. Now the item I just scanned was called The Way of the Shaman. It's a book, and if we look in our stock items, which is just actually, it's automatically brought up for us, we can see the entry there, The Way of the Shaman, but there's no barcode for that object. So let's scan that in. And now we just click OK to enter that to the database, and we can see that The Way of the Shaman has now been entered into this stocktake, and we can scan in a couple more. Now what this means is that you really need to turn up the volume of your computer when you're doing a scan, listening for that sound of an unrecognized barcode, because there's nothing worse than scanning away merrily when the computer is actually ground to a halt 30 items back on a barcode that it doesn't recognize. So once you've scanned everything in, just click Save to save it all into the database. And if you need to export that information to Excel, well then you can just click the Export button, type a name for your particular stocktake, and up it will come in Excel, and you can modify those fields and fiddle with the columns and save and print that as you need to. Now you can also, let's clear that, you can also import directly from a batch scanner. Now the type of file that a batch scanner will take will look like this. Now these are individual barcodes. Yes, barcodes. So what you have is the barcode, new line, barcode, new line, barcode, space, quantity. So that's the type of format that it takes. That might be a little bit advanced and you might not need to worry about it, but maybe whoever does your IT would be interested in knowing the format that is accepted when you import a batch scan. But probably you don't really need to use a batch scanner if you scan using, say, a wireless barcode scanner, or maybe you've just got a USB corded barcode scanner, which is much cheaper, with the 5-meter active extension cable, which will probably get you around most retail areas. Other than that, you've got a button here for current stock levels, which will just show you the amount of stock working from the very latest stock take, and from that figure it subtracts every item sold since that stock take. And since we haven't sold any items since I entered that stock take, it's going to be exactly the same at the moment as our current stock take. And that's really all there is to it. You can filter, maybe I should talk about that. You can filter by category. For example, you might want to see only the books. You can filter by brand, see only Environ, or by supplier. But that's just merely allowing you to find and locate items in the database more easily. And that's all there is to creating a stock take with Mandala.